down the street in my 6'4", jocking the beat, slapping the hole. Went to the park to get the scoop. Knuckleheads out there, cold shooting some hoops. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the beat, jocking the beat. Cruising down the street in my jocking the beat. Well, I'm cruising down the street in my candy paint.
Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Dusty, back again with 110 Rodshop. Today we got a very special event. We are going to be doing our very first unboxing, and it is a very cool unboxing. As you can see in front of me, I've got a box and it's got a big logo that says Redcat, right? So I wonder what could be in here. So the latest and the hottest new RC out there, as everybody knows, is what the people over at Jevries and Redcat did together in a collaboration, which I've heard is taking 4 years to get down. And what they've done is nothing short of freaking awesome. So we're about to tear into this, and we are going to do a full unboxing of one of the Redcat 1964 Lowriders. So here we go. All right, to start out, we've got a quick start guide. Kind of shows where all of our stickers go, detail. Really nice decal instructions of both the interior and the exterior. This is the blue edition. We've seen a bunch of the red ones. The red ones are very clean. I do like the red ones, but I was anxious to get my hands on one of the blue ones so you can see what it looks like. Now the blue one does come with these stickers. They look like patterns, you know, typical lowrider stuff. Very cool in the lowrider scene to do that kind of stuff. As everybody knows, Jevries builds some super awesome models, Hot Wheels, all kinds of cool stuff. I've been following Jevries for a long time, so once again, really excited to get this. So we're going to start out. Let's flip this box over. Let's show everybody what we got. We're going to dump this guy out. Alright. Out of the way. Alright. So what do we have here? Man, this is a fancy box. Extremely cool, really cool looking, very well packaged. It's got lots of detail, lots of history, lots of descriptions of everything going on here. And then also some just really cool wall art, you know, I mean, who doesn't want that hanging around in the back of their shop? Pretty sweet. So what this is it looks like we've got a box and a box and a box, and this box is in an actual sleeve. So we're gonna go ahead and slide it out of this sleeve. So we're gonna be very careful doing this because, as I already knew, this sleeve is actually a big graffiti wall. And it's gonna be a really cool background. I plan on putting it up back here behind me, right around the 110 Rodshop area somewhere. So we'll definitely be saving that. Put that to the side. And now to the real part. Look at this box. I mean, check that out. I don't even want to slide it on the table here because it just looks so good. We got a little bend corner from the box. Not too bad. See if we can push that out. I always like to keep my boxes just in case I have to transport the cars, or you know, sometimes they just look kind of cool and you want to keep a hold of them, keep them in good shape. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So let's dig into this. I like the chrome Old English, and I mean just all the font, everything they did with it is just top notch. Really cool. All right. So first off, we have our instruction manual and our sticker kit. You can see the graphics, lots of color there, lots of bright colors. They'll probably look really good next to that amazing blue color. So we got a full sticker kit in there. We'll get into that in a minute. Next, we have our remote, and wow, look at that. 8-channel remote. This is what looks to be almost like an aircraft style remote, but I've already seen this remote. I kind of knew a little bit about it whenever it was coming out, and you've got all kinds of different features here. They really went above and beyond on this remote, and we'll get into that in a second. Ooh, I can see the blue peeking out. Oh my gosh, wow, look at that. Now that is one good looking car. I love the color. love the color. So let's see how we're gonna get this thing out. Man, it's gonna be quite a challenge, it looks like. I know that this thing is definitely packed in here pretty good. We can go ahead and pull it out by the foam. Other goodies we have in here. It looks like we have our USB communication cable for the remote, a binding plug, and some another BS USB in there. We'll see what that's about. We go ahead and set this bad boy down before anything bad happens. We're gonna get this out of the way. Again, that box is super nice. Packaging is just amazing. I mean, they got this thing fitting in here very nice and snug. Let me go ahead and be careful. Make sure nothing bad's going on. Just kind of get it away from here. Man, this is such a cool car. All right. So we're gonna pull the back out first. Slide the front. Lift this guy out. Look at that. Just amazing. Get that stuff out of the way. Give me 1 second. All right. Let's get the rest of the stuff out of the package. It looks like we've got some metal weights. Looks like we've got a battery plug. Nickel metal hydride battery. Not too bad. You know, the NIMH batteries, you know, they've kind of outdated technology, but I'm sure it's not too hard to put a LiPo in this. And to be honest, this thing is just a cruiser. Got the hydros. We're just going to roll low and slow, so we don't really need anything more hardcore than that. But wow. I mean, really get a gander at this. Let's zoom in on this bad boy. And look at this. Wow. I mean, that is just too amazing. They just, above and beyond, I mean, good heavy quality. It's nice and sturdy. Looks good from every single angle. Nice chrome. I mean, everything is just extremely detailed on here. All the nice chrome. Look at that. These look to be stickers, but all this is aftermarket, or I mean, actual bolt-on chrome. All this stuff. A lot of this is looks like it's stickers, but I mean, it's really put on really well. I'm not sure if it's stickers or not. Once again, don't quote me if it's being wrong, but what amazing quality here. You know, the fender gaps look good. Everything looks good on the front end. I know there was a little concern on some of these with the bumpers being broken. We'll go ahead and check that, and it looks pretty good and solid. No damage there. Man, just out of the box, freaking awesome. Wow, look at that. So, you know, to get back into this thing, just looking at the detail on this, I mean, it's amazing. Full exhaust, full, you know, it's a simulated X frame, you know, I mean, obviously it's RC, so you got to give up some of the custom, some of the detail just to make sure that you can actually drive it, and it's RC and we can fit everything inside there. But just from the outside right now looking in, it's got a nice 4-link setup, nice drive shaft, good solid joints and metal joints, it feels like. Maybe yeah, they feel like they're metal maybe. Notice the control arms in the front. Now these are custom Jevries, custom design, patented design that they've talked about. It looks like it's going to be pretty cool. Gas tank, you know, it feels like most of the weight's in the back. Obviously, we know that this thing does go full tilt and does some pretty cool stuff. So let's get this body off. All right, and we're back. And this magic blanket just appeared. So we always want to be extra careful whenever we're working with shiny cars, light things like this. Just the wrong kind of surface when you flip them over. I see videos constantly where people are messing with Lexan bodies or, or things like that, and they just pull the body off and set it on the ground, or you know, they'll see them flip it up on its side. Well, these things have mirrors and chrome and shiny parts. You know, we want to make sure we take really good care of this stuff because, as everybody knows, these things are pretty pricey, and we want to keep it looking nice. You know, we want to keep it a really good-looking part of the collection here. So we're gonna flip it over, and it looks like it's got 4 body clips hidden underneath here. And I got to give kudos to the guys and Redcat and obviously Jevries for thinking about that. Body clips on the outside of this vehicle would have just ruined it completely. As everybody that follows me knows, I hate body clips. You got to get rid of body clips. Do magnetic body mounts, underneath body mounts, whatever you got to do, but you got to get rid of those body clips because that just kills any kind of scale effect to it. So we're gonna pull this guy off. Not really Sure how we get that. It's supposed to do that, but kind of finicky. Let's try flipping it over. Oh, there it goes. Much easier to do it that way. You're going to set this bad boy to the side. So looking at the body, there are provisions for lights for all 3 tail lights, which is super cool. That they kept all those individual and they didn't try to illuminate them all, because then you get one that's brighter than the others. So we do have a light kit on the way for this. As soon as it comes in, we're going to be installing that light kit, and we'll definitely do a bit of video on that. We're going to do full-blown light kit. I mean, it's got lights in the front bumper here for the markers, and obviously we want those amber, and some headlights and everything like that. Just looking on the outside of the body, it looks like we got some chrome that flaked off right here on some of the trim. Everything else, you know, for the most part looks pretty good. This is like a brilliant blue, really cool color of blue. I did notice that the body is like 5 pieces. So you got a front and a rear piece, a side piece, and then obviously the whole center hood and all this kind of section's all one piece as well. Everything is kind of melted on, like all the little accessories. That's not a big deal. I don't plan on being mean to this thing, so but I could see if you were building them or you wanted to do a lot of stuff, maybe when they come out with a clear body, I'll definitely be making a convertible 64. I gotta have a green one. So we'll set our body over here to the side. Right off the bat, the interior, you know, it is what it is. It's Velcroed in. Extremely flat. I mean, the depth on this interior is maybe a 1/2 inch in the front seat and a 1/4 inch in the back. Obviously, we know that's because there's all kinds of fun electronics underneath here. But it is what it is. So we're going to have to find a way to either rebuild some mounts and maybe do some relocating, some custom work, because we're definitely going to want to do some kind of a cool interior in this. It does have Velcro. I guess you're supposed to just get the Velcro lined up and the body as best you can when you put that guy on. So now we get into the good stuff, the electronics, the things that make this thing go jump. So what you see here is we got 4 servos, 2 on the back for independent. Rear, it's just a single servo horn that's hooked up to the shock. Pretty simple design, it looks like, but they did everything in the right places. Everything looks nice. Got nice long shocks, so you still do have some suspension. If you've ever ridden in a car with real hydraulics, you can those things ride like a chuck wagon. So you do have some suspension travel still. I'm sure that probably aids in the bedding and in the jumping. As I already said, feels like it's got metal weights. Yep, you can see them poking out, shiny down inside there. It's got some metal weights already in the gas tank area. And it came with extra weights, I guess, to put here underneath the battery. It looks like there's like a spot where they can kind of sit down inside there, put extra weights underneath the battery. So I'm sure that'll give it some good leverage there and make this a nice fulcrum for our bouncing action. It does have a little bitty small 380 motor, or small, whatever those are, 340 motors, 18th scale motors, whatever you want to call them. So I'm sure that it's probably not super fast. However, there are brushless upgrades for these style if you really want to try and make it fast. To be honest, I would definitely not want to make this thing fast. It does have looks like it does have a limited slip differential, so it's not locked up rear axle, so it should turn and drive pretty good. It is rear wheel drive only, and it's got some cool mechanism on the front. So I did notice that on this servo, it's pulling the servo on the down action, so therefore it's getting a lot of torque going on that. And then if when it's going in the forward motion, it's going to pull them up. So I'm sure that really helps a lot with the bouncing. My friend Josh over at RC Everyday had his over here last weekend, and we were talking about that, and he brought that up, and I thought that was a really good point. They did an awesome design there with putting that on there. Definitely gonna have to get together with Josh and do some rolling in my 6-4 videos with him. Now that we both have some of these, so got a cheap, looks like a Hexfly, whatever, ESC in there. Probably not cheap. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. It looks like it is. Maybe no, I guess it's just a brushed. Everything's just brushed. Nice little ESC multi-channel. All 8 channels of that thing, man. It's just lots going on there, but the wiring is super clean. Everything's kind of out of the way. Overall, built really solid. The chassis feels really sturdy. Everything looks pretty well, done right. So let's get this thing powered up and do some videos. Okay, and we're back. So we have charged our battery up. We got it strapped in. Now I have not opened up or put any of the metal plates that come inside it or come with the package. I haven't put any of those in there. It feels already like it just wants to start hopping. So now we've got batteries in our remote. So we can go ahead and power that up. But first we're gonna get the body back on and get all this wrapped up so we can start hopping this thing. Now once again, you wanna have a nice soft blanket to set this on so that we're not damaging anything here, scratching anything up. We wanna make sure that everything's nice and seated in there really good. So if this thing starts hopping like a true lowrider, we won't damage anything. So okay, so we didn't decide to put any of the interior back in just yet. I'm gonna leave it out just for testing purposes so I can see where the on and off switch is. Might make things a little easier. So as always, we're gonna go ahead and turn our remote on. We've already put batteries in there. It is kind of cool how it says Lowrider 01 and shows a little side profile of the lower in there. I think that's kind of cool. Kind of makes it kind of branded to this vehicle. So the on-off switch is right inside. It seems pretty easy to reach in there and hit that off and on. And already we are in 3-wheel. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so we've got lots of all the way down. We got drop front, drop rear. There's our hop. And that easy. That's how cool this thing is. Look at that. And drop our front down. Raise all of our fronts up. Put this thing in 3-wheel. So, as you can see, so let's try and explain this remote here. So this channel is doesn't do anything. It looks like it's opened up for another independent front. As we did notice, it's got the reef servo on just the front, and then it's got the two 25 kilogram China servos in the back, and then just a standard steering servo. So what we have here, we're gonna go ahead and drop everything down. Lower all four. And so we've got our, I like to hold on to this thing while I hit the throttle. Got our throttle here, we've got our steering servo. That sounds a little jittery, but I'm sure that can probably upgraded. We've got a lot of different menu stuff, but already out of the box, everything seems to work fairly easy and fairly well, easy to figure out. It's very well labeled on the front. We've got these two big main buttons, so and then we've got these two side triggers. So the front pops the front, the back will raise the back up. That easy. And then we can go all the way up, 3-wheel, all the way 4-wheel drive, pancake, lay the front out, and there we go. That is just too cool. How many people have ever wanted one of these cars? I mean, I can't even tell you. It's just something that's really awesome. And there's other bodies out there for the Impalas, but nothing, I repeat, has the detail like this car. Just fabulous, man. I mean, it's just straight up phenomenal. You can just, I mean, there's just so much you can do with it. It's just too cool. Too cool. I mean, you just you can't beat that. This thing would bring up so much fun. I mean, you can sit here and you can do all, I mean, I cannot wait to see some of the videos that come out of these cars and what people do with them. I'm sure it's going to, get kind of tricky to drive. whenever it's in Lowrider version or 3-wheel. But that's kind of how they used to do it, you know. They kind of had to figure it out, right? So raise this back up, and we can lay it out. We can bring just the front up, bring the back up. And so it basically defaults it, so back to wherever you had it before. So we'll get the back up just a little bit. We'll get the front back down to normal. Bring it up just a little. What's cool is you can, as Ice Cube says, I can make that drop. Look at that, just sweet. I love this car already. I mean, just everything about it. Just the detail, you know, just, oh God, just such a cool car. Such a cool car. Redcat, big thumbs up. Jevries, big thumbs up. Great review here. Now we're gonna get some video of it in the 110 Rod Shop, so let's make it scale.
It's Bud B. I'm known for slamming Cadillac doors, coming down on that candy with them swangers and them bows, but I got love for the West Coast. So I suppose I'ma head out to Cali, the land of the low lows, touchdown at LAX, and I don't need no car. Robin Chino picked me up with the bud and the bar. In the hood I'm a star, so to the hood I'ma go with Mike Jones and Snoop Dogg, and they already know that I get love from the B's, love from the C's, Mexican, Asian, and Samoa OGs. Throw it up when they see me and holla, hey bun. When I'm coming out of Solar Assassin grade 1, you might see me out in Long Beach or maybe Pasadena, Inglewood, IE or West Covina, or Southside riding with the homie Big Coon, car hopping, top dropping, so get a kid room when I'm
cruising down the street in my 6'4", docking the docking the cruising down the street in my 6'4", docking the docking the cruising down the street in my 6'4", docking the cruising down the street in my
Snoop Dogg. Big Snoop Dogg in a yellow Parasini with two girlies in the back in they crip blue bikinis, shaking and they jumping cause the deuce keep bouncing, tipping, whipping, that's sad, steady dipping, candy paint dripping, Lindy Exo's what I'm sipping as I shake like a dice game, cold as the ice age. Mike Jones rocking like a Rolling Stone, and Snoop Dogg going bad to the bone. Yeah, them Cali boys, we love them low lows, and real car club members bang they logos and take photos. See, everything is fine. I'm in the 64, a 60 tray or 59. I love my car like I love my wife. See, low riding ain't a sport, it's a way of life. On the real though, I tell you how I feel though. If you see me in the foe, creeping real slow, yeah.
cruising down the street in my 6'4", docking the cruising down the street in my 6'4", docking the.
So to finish this off, I want to give a big shout out to Jevries and Redcat man for making such a beautiful, amazing car. It's extremely scale. I mean, it looks really, really good. Everything is just top notch, super good quality, strong, durable. Doesn't feel like it'll ever break. I want to tell everybody to like and subscribe to my channel. We want to blow this up. Check out all my other videos. There's lots of cool videos. We're going to have even more videos coming out here shortly. Maybe some collaborations with Josh over at RC Every Day. We've got some really cool builds coming out. We're going to be doing a feature and a video on this bad boy soon, which is a 1-to-1 replica or a 10th scale replica to a real 1-to-1 car, as well as cool cars similar to this one, all completely 3D printed 55 Bel Air. So stay tuned, watch for more cool builds, check us out at 110 Rod Shop on Instagram, at 110 Rod Shop on here on YouTube. Peace.
Tipping, whipping, that's sad, steady dipping, candy paint dripping, Lindy Exo's what I'm sipping as I shake.